Welcome back to Houston Life. Spring has officially sprung, and that means wildflowers, warm weather, and the perfect excuse to treat yourself to a glass of Texas wine. As if we need an excuse, right? So the good news here is you do not have to go far to grab a delicious bottle. Wine and travel contributor Daniela Garrido is here to take us on a wonderful adventure.
Oh, I love that.
Through the Lone Star State. Thank you, producer Giovanna. I'm pretty sure you wrote that. Okay, Texas wines. Daniela, let's get into it because there are a lot of people out there, you know who you are, who turn their noses up on Texas wines.
What?
This is a thing, but we are a force to be reckoned with. We have great wines in Texas.
Also, just like leading the charge in Texas, a lot of these brands are leading the charge with like testing out different grape varietals, making their own grape varietals, seeing what kind of works in this climate. And I think that that says something that you're like really trying, and we're living in this time of like the beginning of Texas wine, really.
That is perfectly said. What I also love about so many Texas wineries, there are so many women-owned options now, more and more, right? And also when it comes to sustainability and the way the wines are actually produced, that's a focus for a lot of these companies, right?
That is a big one, definitely, especially right now during Earth Month. Sustainability is a huge component. And also I think like so many festivals happening, wildflower season is happening, and also my favorite season, which is sitting on the patio and drinking wine.
Okay, it's one of our favorite seasons as well.
Because it's warming up, but it's not too warm, where you can like still be outside and not be sweating.
Yeah, I know. It's not too humid just yet here in Texas.
Just yet, so enjoy it while you have it. So I wanted to kick you off with a sparkling, and this is a first here in Texas. This is a Sagrantino sparkling, the Bonarigo family wines by Messina Hoff. You can taste it.
And
you don't have to hold it out.
And Messina Hoff is also, I mean, this is a short drive away. They have multiple locations.
They have 4 locations across Texas, but their closest one is probably going to be Bryan, and that is their flagship estate. And this Sagrantino, like I mentioned, is a first in Texas because Sagrantino was not grown here before, but it is actually perfect to grow here because it's an Italian grape and it's from Umbria. So growing it here, it just does really well. And they're leading the charge in growing Sagrantino, not just in Texas, but in the whole nation.
That's interesting. So is the climate similar to Umbria? Is that why? I see.
So consider yourself Italy, you know?
I feel so Italian all of a sudden.
And also they are hosting their 41st Wine and Roses. I want to make sure I got it right. So it's the Wine and Roses Festival. 41 years been going on, and it's a short drive from here, just an hour and a half. And if you go out there, it's wine tasting, it's grape stomping, it's live music. You can even vote for next year's art label.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so consider yourself a creative director if you make it out there. But also, they have tickets still available, and it's happening on my birthday, April 26th, which is just a couple weeks away. Thank you.
And so now's the perfect time to snap up those tickets, make your plan. Grape stomping? Can anyone do that? Or you have to register in advance?
I'm sure you might have to register in advance. I don't know how many like grape stomping stations they have, but that's why you got to get your tickets. Make sure that you're like getting out there on time, making sure that you're planning. You know,
and plenty of time to clip your toenails and get a nice pedicure before you grape stomp. Right.
Also, one last thing about Messina Hoff, but they're considered the first family of Texas wine.
Is that right?
Because they've been around for 200 years. So 200 years of winemaking heritage behind that Sagrantino sparkling rosé.
It is a very, very familiar name here in Texas, Messina Hoff. Thank you. This is really, really nice. Okay, moving on to something white here.
Yeah, so Chapelton Vineyards. So that one that you're touching, grabbing, whatever, sipping on right now is the Albarino. And I over here have the Dubois. So I want to make sure. Blanc de Bois.
Oh, and this one's a little pricey, huh?
Yeah, so that Albarino, actually that Albarino is not too pricey. It's the Blanc de Bois that's a little bit pricier. It's a little bit on the $65 side, but you can find it also locally around like $30.
Okay.
But Chapelton Vineyards, actually, I love the story behind this because they are Houston residents that wanted to create premium quality wine not too far from Houston, just a short drive. So it's in Washington, Texas, just about under an hour from here.
Oh, and where do the grapes come from then? Those
so
are like
they
Texas...
source from different sides of Texas, but that's where their tasting room is.
And that's an interesting point too, because a lot of folks don't realize that a lot of wineries, even in the Texas region, they might be sourcing grapes from California, from Italy, from South America.
But these are Texas-grown grapes.
Okay.
So you're drinking Texas wine, and so I also take a sip of this Blanc de Bois because I think it's so good. So I would say the Albarino is one of my go-tos for spring because it is so light. It's going to give citrus and bright, but this one is also going to give you citrus and bright, just little bit bolder.
And
So this is more of like your evening white, and that could be like your daytime white.
I mean, I drink them both all day.
You would drink them both?
Delicious and very, very different. This one has a little more of a fruit essence.
Yes.
Not sweet.
Yes.
But there is more of like a fruit flavor.
Like a tropical fruits to it. Yep. And what I love is that Chapelton Vineyards also has private villas on site. So if you are headed out there, you can book a private villa, and they have one of my favorite amenities, which is a bicycle. Because a bicycle allows you to kind of like venture out at your own pace. So you can roam around their 75-acre property and kind of like feel like you're a winemaker for a day, and like maybe this is your vineyard.
Daniela, you were speaking my language, because wine tasting on a bicycle is
Yes.
just, there is nothing quite like it.
And
it just feels like vacation.
Just depending on what you're going for, but they have casual and elegant tasting. So just, you know, for more formal or more casual, depending on what you're celebrating.
Okay, we got to cruise
Yep.
through these last few.
Okay, so we're headed out to the Texas Hill High Plains. This is 100% Viognier from Dry Comal Creek, and this is $32. So I would say great price point for 100% Viognier. And when I first opened this, when I tell you the smell that came out of this, it was like a honeysuckle, like beautiful pear magnolia smell to it, and it also has those like nectarine, tangerine, vanilla flavors.
I get the magnolia. And this is, it's so interesting how all these whites have such a vastly different flavor. None of them sweet, by the way.
None of them too sweet, and also they have a bed and breakfast just a couple minutes away from this winery. It's called Mahalo Haven Bed and Breakfast.
Oh
It's got to taste. Okay, so
stuff.
we are going to finish off the way that we started, which is with a rosé. So we started off with a sparkling rosé. We're ending with a still rosé, which is a go-to for the springtime. So this is Flat Creek Estate, also in Texas Hill Country. And Texas Hill Country is doing their wine and wildflowers passport journey right now. So you can book the passport, and it's $65 individual, but $100 per person. And you get access to 45 different wineries, but you can visit up to 4 a day.
You're kidding.
Yeah, so, and it's only until April 18th, so do it while you can. Again, spring is the best time to visit Texas wine, different regions of Texas, and drink some wine.
I thought I knew my state.
Yeah.
I thought I knew Texas. You come here, you teach us something new every time. Daniela
love that.
Garrido, it's great to see you.
Thank you. So good to see you. And I really hope everybody enjoys these wines and gets out there and explores Texas wine.
It's good stuff. It's
Yeah.
a great glass of wine, but it's also a cool adventure. So
Yep.
thanks for all your great ideas. By the way, in the meantime, if you'd like to learn more or grab tickets to one of the adventures that Daniela just mentioned, we will have a link on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section. One last
Cheers.
toast for posterity.